Hello.
How are you?
Doing great.
Doing great. You look good, man.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Feel good.
All right, so we're starting this thing called Where Are They Now Wednesdays, and you're the first one we're going to do this with. So we want to ask you a few
Oh,
questions,
interesting.
give you a chance to share your story and where you are now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, what was life like before Spero for you?
Ooh. Um, Tough, depressing, um, dark, hopeless. I just kind of gave up.
I remember, like, in your graduation speech, you had said you had battled with a lot of anxiety and depression, and when you rang that bell, you were happier than you even were in early childhood.
Yeah.
Um, so at that point you had kind of just given up, right? And you were just living for your parents, trying to stay going
Yep.
with your parents. How are you now? A year later, you graduated on the 1st of June, 2023. We're just over a year. What are you doing in your life now?
Um, one thing that's kind of changed is I'm actually enjoying going to work, which is kind of weird. I've never I've never like enjoyed going to work or having a job, and now it's like until you get something taken away from you,
Yeah.
you don't realize how much you appreciate it and how boring life is when you can't do anything.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, I'm working usually like 50 plus hours a week. And on top of that, I'm playing ice hockey in a league. I'm mountain biking, hiking. I skied like 50 times this past winter. So
Amazing.
I'm living life to the fullest.
So if you had to give us a short tidbit of your story, go ahead. Your time before Sparrow,
Okay.
during, and after.
In April of 2021, I had surgery on my right knee. Um, LCL, tib fib, and IT band work. They said it was a pretty complicated surgery, so it would just take a while to heal. And I kind of knew right when I woke up that something wasn't right. I told them like, no, my whole leg is numb, and they're like, yeah, there's gonna be a little numbness. It'll come back, and it just never really did. And it seemed like things were a lot more painful than they should be.
Mhm.
Um, and they said it'd take like 6 to 8 months to get back to normal, but it just wasn't really going. And I was still stuck on the crutch and being accused by the doctor that I just needed to get off of it. I was going to PT as much as I possibly could, even though it hurt really bad. Um, I tried cortisone shots. I tried hyperbaric chambers. I tried everything non-invasive, not very invasive that I could, and nothing worked. The next option was to either go down the pain management route or to do a spinal cord stimulator. And I didn't want to go down any of those routes. So that's when I just kind of gave up. And I was just like, there's just how life's gonna be. So, but I could basically do like I was sitting in a chair playing video games and messing around with sports cards every day, all day. And usually if I needed to do like one load of laundry or like I needed to wash dishes, like that was my one thing for the day that I could do.
Yeah. And then your mom, wasn't it your mom that found Spero? Your
Yeah.
awesome mom.
I told her that I was done searching because every time I Googled it or thought about it, like it just made my pain worse and got me really depressed and stuff. So I was just kind of done looking. She brought up to me the Spero Clinic. Big part was going to Arkansas for several months, which I
Hey,
really
not
want to
Kate.
do.
You fell in love with it.
But it's actually a great place. Like it really is. I love Fayetteville. Um, it's Arkansas gets a bad rap,
We do.
but yeah, for some reason, I don't know. But I was still kind of in that period of like, okay, maybe like I need to just give the surgery a little bit longer.
Mhm.
Maybe it'll heal. And my mom told me that there was a long waiting list, and that we could cancel. So I was just like, yeah, screw it. Like, let's just get on the list. Like, I can always cancel if things get better.
Yeah.
And then it just kept getting worse. And then I was called in September instead of my scheduled date at like December. And I was like, yeah, let's just do it because this isn't going anywhere. So,
That's awesome.
yep.
And how was your time during the program? It was hard. It was hard, but
It's a lot of hard work. It's a lot of hard work for sure. It's probably one of the hardest things I've ever done. But the thing is, I feel like anyone that's not fighting for their life, like, couldn't do it. If you don't have a good attitude going into it, if you don't have the attitude of like, I need to do this for myself and my family and my friends and like get my life back, you're not gonna be able to do it. It's extremely hard.
Yeah.
But it was entirely worth it. And I think because it was so hard and what I fought for, it made me have a new appreciation for, how much work I've put in and reaping the rewards on the back end.
Definitely. I think one of my favorite parts in your graduation speech was if you, hang on, I want to say it right. Those who have a why will conquer how to have a how. Those who have a why
Yep.
figure out their how. And you killed it at the program. We miss you. We still talk about you all the time. You like your videos of you running now. I know like
amazing.
Misa and we watched him a million times. Bryce too. It's so awesome to see not just that you're pain free and living your best life, but all of those functional goals that you still had that you wanted to check off after you left Spero. You just continue to get better, and I think
Yeah.
that's amazing. So I think whenever you graduated, you said you're about 90% in remission. Where are you today?
I'd say I'm still getting closer. I think I still honestly have a hard time with the word remission.
Mm-hmm.
Because I think there is still some maintenance that I might have to do for a long time.
Yeah.
And I think people have different definitions of remission. And so it kind of varies from person to person, but do I have to think about it and do stuff every single day? Do I have to live in pain every day? No, I absolutely do not. Um, do I have moments where I'm not zero pain? Sure, I do. But it's 100% manageable. Even if I do, I have go-tos. I have things to help me out. Even in my worst pain, I can still go to work. I can still do all my activities I want to do. So it's 100% manageable. Where I'm at, to put a percentage wise, I would say I'm more like 95 now, but it's kind of hard to track because the rate is slow. Like I'm still seeing functional stuff that once again, it's hard to track even day by day or even week by week,
Yeah.
as we saw from running I tried to do for months at Spero. I have to instead look back, let's say 6 months or something. I remember in October of last year when I was biking a little bit, mountain biking a little bit, I couldn't, like, when I was standing up on the pedals, this was even after I left Spero. I could do hard mountain bike trails, but you're supposed to stand up. And I could stand with my pedals even, but with my right leg down and all my weight on my right leg straightened out, I wasn't able to do that in October of last year.
Mm-hmm.
It took the whole winter being off the mountain bike and doing Zoom sessions and stuff with the ARP. I only do it like once every week or two, once for a 30-minute session. But throughout the whole winter, like I got on the bike a month ago and I was like, I can do this like now. Like I was like, what the heck? So I wasn't even practicing or anything. It just was like, okay, I can stand all my weight on my right leg now. This is great. So like I'm still making progress, but I have to look back at where I was and compare it to where I am now. I can't look at it as a day by day progress.
Definitely.
And I think, and I just want to say this, I don't know if it'll be covered. I think an important part of the maintenance, you could say, for CRPS what I've realized, this is just my theory, is I think there's a very important balance between maintenance and moving on mentally.
Yes.
So I think it's not a good thing to just completely forget about it and say, I'm done with CRPS, I'm over this, I'm better. I still want to do a little bit of maintenance, but also I think it's equally not a good thing to go, okay, I have to run my ARP every day. I have to run a protocol every day, because then you're constantly thinking about it in your brain and you're attaching it to your brain that it is still something that you battle with. So I
Mhm.
try to kind of have like a good balance of like, okay, maybe I'll do one session every week or two.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I think that's, you touched on some really good points. One of them being your Zooms with Kacee. You graduated
Mhm.
the program, but you didn't just cold turkey quit
Right.
Spero, right? You kept working with Kacee, who does our Zooms, and I think you've had a lot of growth with that.
Yep.
I think your mindset is right where it needs to be.
Definitely.
We're super proud of you.
Yeah. It's pretty awesome. I think that you just continued to go home and met those functional goals, got back to living your life, and took it day by day, week by week, and are looking at it as the last 6 months, I wasn't able to do this, and now I am today. That is an
Yeah.
amazing outlook to have, especially coming from somebody that really didn't have much of a vision or a vision for your future whenever you started the program. So yeah,
Mhm.
like we're so proud of you. We're just so in
Thank
awe
you.
of all of your accomplishments recently, and it's awesome for us to be able to get online and see how you're doing these days, what you're doing in life. That's really,
Yeah.
really cool.
And thank you guys. I honestly am like, I'm so appreciative of you guys that
We're family for life.
Yeah.
put it into words, really.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
were like our brother here. We picked on you, you took it.
Oh
you
yeah.
better.
No more making fun of me for my run.
I know,
No,
it's
beautiful
perfection.
now.
We have nothing to say anymore. You've shut us up. It's been done.
It's beautiful.
It's amazing. Eric, if you could say something, if you could give some encouraging words to somebody that might see this video and are kind of where you are right now, or where you were a year ago, and 2 years ago even, what would you say to them if they're looking to come here?
They're looking to come to Spero, and I was just editing my Google review on Spero because I'm pretty sure I just left one mid-program to get a free t-shirt. um, but I would honestly say, like, you have to give Spero a chance. Like, it is non-conventional. It's not what you're used to. It's You have to go away from the trusting all the doctors like you have your entire life and just give Spero a shot, because the doctors will tell you that there's either nothing they can do for you, or the only thing that they can do for you is a spinal cord stimulator, which I've met so many people that have had it and have come close to dying from doing it. So, and I actually just got to know another one that's local here in my town that just happened to after I talked to about Spero. So, um, I get it is a hard barrier though. It's not what people are used to. Um, it's in Arkansas. Arkansas is actually a nice place. I had a lot of fun there. I met some of the best friends like I could ever have there. The therapists are awesome. Everyone makes you feel so at home. It is not a doctor's office or a therapy clinic. Like, it doesn't feel that way. Like, you're excited to go to clinic, see people. Everyone's so happy and inviting. Um, it makes you feel at home. And that's really the environment that you need to get your life back. And you don't just feel like you're another number there. So it is a lot of hard work, though. It's extremely hard. You're going to have your ups, you're going to have your downs. Um, when you're in your downs, you can't give up, because you'll have your ups the next day. So you just got to keep pushing through. And another thing about Spero is you have to have the attitude going into it and the attitude during it that you're going to get better and you're going to fight as hard as you can. Otherwise, you're not going to get the results that you want.
All right.
So
Well, we are so proud of you, Eric.
thank you.
Very much so. Thank you so much for doing this with us.
Of course.
Is
Thank
there
you, guys.
anything else that you'd like to say? You hit on some really great things.
He's been
You're putting me on the spot. I don't know. I honestly am just so happy that I ended up going to Spero. I don't know where I would be without it. I was in such a dark place, and honestly now I'm enjoying life more than I ever have, and I think it's just because I realized that I think people take a lot of things for granted in life, and till you get it taken away and then given it back to you, I mean, that's even better than having it in the first place. So
And you got it back, but you fought to have it back.
oh yeah.
You
Oh
fought
yeah.
really hard for today, for your life
Yep.
today. We're
Yep.
so proud of you. Will you please tell your amazing parents hello for us?
Yeah.
I
Give
will
them
for
an
sure.
extra big hug. We're happy that
Okay.
she sent you here.
Yeah, me too. Me too, because I wasn't looking anymore. So I'm super thankful for her too, and that she found it and convinced me to do it and brought me there and was there for me. And yeah, there's
And
a
now
lot of
today-
people I have to
And now today, your inspirational words can be words for somebody else to hear. So
I hope so. I hope so.
yeah,
And I
man,
hope you guys are doing well.
we're
We
doing good.
are. We're doing amazing.
We're busy. We're
Good.
staying busy. We're doing
Good.
good stuff over here.
Good. I know you two are.
We've grown a lot, and that's really cool. So every time we can add to our teams, you know, it's a big win for us. We're getting
Yeah.
today.
It seems like there has been some changes, but I'm still seeing some good graduations and stuff, so I'm happy to see that.
Yeah, it's awesome. Eric, we appreciate you so much for doing this with us today.
Of course. Of
Yeah,
course.
we'll check back in with you
Guys.
soon.
Yeah, we'll be checking in on you. We see your updates.
Okay.
We'll be commenting just like we do, staying on top of it. All right.
All right.
It was great to
Will
see you.
do.